Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Abel, man, and welcome back to another great episode of Here to Inspire. Sim, it's a great episode every episode.
It's a great episode.
No. It's a great episode every episode.
Yeah, that's what the critics say.
You know why today great?
Why?
We got the young one.
Ugh.
The young one.
The young who?
I'm talking about the young RA.
Oh.
Young, huh?
Hey,
They trying to figure out which one we got here, but we got the young RA though.
The young
The
RA.
young
I'm talking about the Prodigy.
Oof.
Man.
The young one, the GOAT,
Yes, sir.
preacher.
Who we talking about?
Huh? YF.
Who we talking about?
He did Outsiders.
Who we talking
I'm talking about VAR Studio.
Who we talking
Who we
about?
got? We got Ray Vernon in the building.
Ray Vernon.
RA2.
Building.
Man, what's
Real.
popping,
Man,
bruh?
I'm on Here to Inspire. I finally made it, man. That's all that matters, man. That's the only thing that's on my resume.
Hey, you
bro.
hollering. Hey.
I'm in the studio. Y'all done took me around the King's Palace.
Come on,
y'all
bro.
at the,
Oh,
you
my
know.
God.
Yeah.
I'm with the guys, man. I appreciate y'all having us for real.
Man,
Appreciate
we
you
appreciate
saying yes.
we
for real.
appreciate
no
you
doubt.
coming on, bruh.
My dude, bro.
Now,
My brother.
come on. No, we go
My
back.
brother, they don't know, man.
They don't
My
know we-
brother, man. COVID days.
Come on, yeah. Woo, them
That's
COVID.
crazy.
Hey,
COVID feel like it was
man.
like 30 years ago.
them COVID
Way
days.
back.
We
We
go
back
back.
so much further than that, man. I remember the first time connecting with you, bro. It was
Come on.
during the Outsiders
Bro,
days,
you
so,
the
yeah.
one that brought me into the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, man.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
he brought me into the building. No,
Yeah.
seriously.
For real?
It was the first shoot I ever filmed inside of the Word.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
tough.
Come
Yeah.
on.
I never. So explain. What's the Outsiders?
So, man, the Outsiders, bro, man, that takes me back. It's
Yeah,
so
let's go
beautiful.
there.
And it's still living to this day. That's
Yeah, yeah.
That's our team ministry. I'm 13 and just a little bit of it, 14, whatever it is. I stopped going to school, man. I'm like, school is definitely for some people. It wasn't for me. That
Yeah.
traditional kind of route. And I'm like, man, I'm good on it, bro. Like I had got into a little trouble, and I started to get my life right, man. Sold out for Jesus. Long story short, fast forward, I take over our team ministry at my church.
Yeah.
Come on.
And at that time, it has no name, it has no leader, it's nothing, to be honest with you. And a group of us, me, myself, my boy Phil, who's still with me to this day.
Big shout out to
That's
Phil.
my boy Phil to go.
He OG.
Yeah, that's OG, man.
Yeah.
And he was my guy. So he had the camera, I had the mic. We've been doing that for a long time.
That's
and
hard.
then my boy Elijah was there with us and a few others. And I'm like, man, forget it. I went to my boy down in New York, Chris Durso. He's a pastor.
Oh yeah.
And so I went to him. I'm like, man, my team ministry at my church, I'm a PK. I'm trying to get this thing popping. What do you suggest? Like, ain't nobody here to run it. We losing hope. He said, why don't you do it? Like he said, you saying you want this thing to be a certain way, you want it to look a certain way.
good.
What you waiting on?
Yeah.
Don't nobody see the vision like you see it, then just start
Exactly.
it. We come back, we literally started, bro, and teams about 100 start coming from the city. And I'm preaching literally while I'm 15 years old, preaching to 15-year-olds.
That's wild.
And 16, 17, and like I'm the same age as them, but leading them.
Yeah.
And shout out to my pops. He gave us the freedom to do it.
Yeah.
And it blows up. We in the meeting one day. We said, all right, we got to name this thing. We got people coming now.
Ooh-wee.
We said, what's the name? And one of our young ladies, Naya, she said, what about Outsiders? And from there, it's just still living to this day, bro.
That's incredible.
That's
Yeah,
fire.
man.
That's incredible.
Big
Yeah.
dog. Outsiders was cold. So look,
yeah,
I
that's
That's
remember
a cold name.
I remember going to the Word
Yeah.
when they was doing the skate night.
Yeah.
I was go-
Hey,
Ralph,
when it was-
Ralph, you was a
Ralph
little
don't
young
remember
though.
And
But
that got
you-
started even before Outsiders, man. That was 180. We called that the 180
I was
Club.
come on. I'm talking about
Turn it around.
I'm crump battling.
Get off her.
I'm
Turn it
crump
around.
battling
yeah.
on the side.
Oh.
I'm crump battling on the side
Yeah.
though.
It was
It got
lit,
the
bro.
space. Hey yo,
Man,
the Word got the space for
Come
it.
on, man.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on,
Real.
man. Oh my.
That go way back. But me and Abel, man, we've been rolling for a while, bro. So.
Let's go back real quick. You mentioned PK, man. How is that being a PK kid, bro? Growing up in this
Yeah.
generation, because we millennials.
Yeah,
Right.
we millennials for sure.
How is that being a millennial and being a PK, man? What's
Yeah,
that
man.
like?
So being a PK, bro, like it is what you make it. I'll put it like this: you have different kind of PKs. Number one, here's the truth. Like my experience is different. I was a mega church PK too.
Come on.
Yeah.
So that's different.
Talk
Like
heavy.
You talking about literally, I'm a kid, let's say around 7, 8, pops get put out of his church when I'm young. So at that point, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
All I know is we just got kicked out of a church. We living in Warrensville, it's whatever. And we start the Word church.
Yeah.
So around 7 or 8, it starts to kind of hit.
Yeah.
Right. Fastest growing church, all of that type of stuff. So you don't even realize it at first until you hit a certain age and you like, So y'all calling my dad dad and my mom. Like, what is all of this stuff that's happening?
You're like, cause I ain't sharing them to my parents.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You start looking at it, you know, he traveling around, you know, so it's like, it's real.
Yeah.
I'm in the thick of it. And I'll say this, man, most PKs either do two things. They either run to it or run away from it.
Yeah.
It usually ain't no in between.
Yeah.
Either I embrace this thing or it's like, man, this was too much. Pops wasn't there and all of this kind of,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's the thing with me, bro. Like, I've always kind of just embraced the narrative. Like, I kind of loved it, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say loved it. At first, it was definitely that, like, why they get to do this and why do we have to be there every Sunday and all of that. But 14, it kind of switched for me, bro. So right during those years where most people start to run away, I ran towards it, man. So PK
amazing.
life for me has been interesting. Definitely, I say the most interesting it was like college years.
Oh wait, come on.
Because that was the years, the transition
Talk about
years
that.
for me, where I was like, I wasn't on it no more.
Exactly.
So
He
I
said,
told y'all the
I'm in
cute
college,
part.
cuz. I'm in college.
You know what I
Days.
mean? The college days, bro. That was like, God, I just want to be one of the. I don't know if I can say the N word.
Come on, we on here.
Okay, I just want to be one of the niggas.
Come on, just be one of the
I
niggas.
just crossed. I just want to walk it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like y'all said in the beginning. Right? Is that Pastor Vernon side? That's all we've been
Exactly.
hearing our whole life. My brother over there, Pastor Vernon. Oh, so that's when I was like,
I'm like, hey man,
I gotta switch
mind your
states.
You know what I mean?
mind your business
So
before you
for a
come up
second,
missing.
man, exactly. I'm like, exactly. Can y'all mind y'all business?
Y'all, please
Just
leave
let me be in the
alone.
party. I ain't gotta be.
Come on,
RA in the party,
I'm trying
but-
to. I'm chilling.
I ain't
We
even
vibing.
drinking.
I'm chilling. We
No, I can't even
vibing.
say that, brother. Like I was out
Exactly,
here
exactly.
wilding. Like,
Come on.
so part of that was just my journey, just in faith
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general,
yeah. Okay.
right? So my journey in faith in general is the idea of like you hit this point where you 14 is like I embrace Christ. I'm
Yeah,
sold
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Starting ministries, doing all of this dope things. Even hit college. Start the Melting Pot, right? Which was on my campus, Ashland, man, the #1 growing ministry in the history of Ashland.
That's hard.
We won
Let's go.
Oh, that's
college
incredible.
Congratulations
Ministry
on
of the
that,
Year.
bro.
Yeah, man, it was an amazing honor. So you do all of these things, you on fire, then you realize like, okay, you kind of some people hit this point, which I did, where now it's like, oh, I see something over here that looked like it's sweeter, but it really ain't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see this opportunity, like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I crossed Alpha, which was an amazing process.
Yeah.
But with that came some stuff, right? So came different exposure, came different scenes.
Yeah.
And now I want to wild out, but now you have this calling and reputation that's on your life. So what do you do when like your calling found you before your maturity really
Ooh,
did?
wait, he talking heavy.
You know what I
on
mean?
this.
So
he talking
before
heavy.
you became a man, your calling
Yo.
found you.
Come on, bro.
So the world has to see you mature through your calling, which is a different kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Yeah.
So I literally go through this process where I'm maturing as a man, but the calling is already on me.
Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
I've already proclaimed the name of Jesus and said I want to stand before you and tell you about him. But now I'm standing in front of you kind of wilding out.
Exactly.
So I went through that process, man. Thank God I came out of it.
Yeah.
But so it was interesting, man, that PK life.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That boy, he said, I'm in college, bro. Let me chill, man. Let me see what this hitting
Let
for
me see
real
what this.
quick.
I remember like something not exactly similar because I'm not a PK.
Do not listen to anything this dude talking about.
Man, what you mean?
Nah.
Talking about. I'm confused. I'm like, what? I'm not a PK, but like jumping into like, I just wanted the experience of college. I tell you this, I did not care for college. I didn't like really care for school. Like I could do it because it's easy. Like school is super easy. Pay attention, do your work, get done.
No.
Is like for the most part,
Yeah.
that's how my life was. I was like, do your work, get done. I'm not stressed about school ever. Like
It's
my
a
whole life, I'm
blessing.
like,
It was a
whoopty-doopty.
struggle for me, man. So
Hey,
that's
Look, let me
good to
tell you
hear,
this.
bro.
Let me tell you this. I hated math.
I hated all of
I
it.
haven't-
bro.
I-
except history. I got down
I
with
hated
history.
math though, but look like
Yeah.
I didn't go to college though. But if I did, I probably had like 10 kids.
Hey,
I probably had like
Leaving
10
college
kids.
with 10 kids is
Yeah.
wild.
that's
man.
a wild. That was 4
I probably
years.
had like 10 kids though.
10 kids
I'm
in
telling
4
you,
years
look,
is
like
crazy.
it's a blessing I didn't go to college. I probably would have been wilding out
Yeah.
outrageously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was going to play football. I love football. That was my life.
Me too.
But since we talking about college, bro, now you was at Harvard.
I was at Howard.
You was at Howard. I
Yeah,
said, why I
at
say
Howard.
Harvard? I said, boy, went to Harvard.
Yeah.
You were at Howard
That was
University.
actually,
Hold
I went to
on, let me
Howard
switch that
for,
up.
for
Howard.
grad school.
Now, how was that? Because,
Yeah.
come on, we talking about Kanye West, college dropout.
Yeah.
Talk-
man.
talk to us about
Yeah,
that.
so in grad school, I was at Howard. So now I graduate from Ashland, and I was I'm at Howard now, grad school, man. And I'm down there. My wife and I are now married.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And we down there, bro. And you know, it's like, all right, here's the path set before me, which made sense most of my life. Was that I'm gonna go to college, go straight to grad school, get my master's, get my doctorate, because my pops and mom is a doctor. So, you know, if one day I'm going to take over that thing, it's tough to go from doctor to bachelor. Like, you know what I mean? like
No, Dr. Vernon.
That's Bachelor Vernon. Like,
He bachelor's up?
yeah, you know what I mean? So,
That's Bachelor Vernon.
and at that time, you know, I was so stuck on like, gotta stay on the path, bro. Gotta kind of do it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man. I don't know if y'all experience this, but when you get married, like your manhood, you got to start dealing with stuff that you never started to like think about dealing with.
Come on.
You start to become like, you start to think about like, all right, what made me kind of become this person I am? Like, why am I saying this to her?
Exactly.
Why am I treating her like that? Which then takes you kind of like, so it wasn't until I got married, bro, and we're down there at grad school where I realized like, I'm not even doing this for me. Like, I'm doing this just because this was put on my life. Nothing against my parents. It wasn't like a bad thing. Not even really them. It was just like, man, I am the namesake of Ray Vernon, man. So with that, you know, every person that comes up to you, I see it on you, brother.
Exactly.
I see that on you, brother.
I know your
gonna
last
carry
name.
that legacy, brother.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Bro.
literally every person. So you just feel like, I got to take that path. I'm down there, man. And before we left, this concept of like wanting to bring the gospel to life just would not leave me alone. It actually started in college. I would preach at these different universities, and I would hate, bro. I'm gonna tell you the thing I would hate the most. I would preach to all of these people, and go to OU, crazy school. They drink, you know how OU is, whatever. But they giving their life to God. I mean, an altar call full of young people, and I would hate that after I told them, okay, you are saved, I wasn't able to give them something that I could say, now here's your next step. Like stay connected through this.
That's
You know
great,
what I mean?
bro.
Like start the path. Now you got Jesus. What's this next step for me?
Bro, that's like, not to cut you off, but
but
like, even when I got saved, I didn't know the next steps.
Yeah.
Didn't know the next steps at all. It's like, okay, I'm saved, now what?
That's real, man.
Exactly.
It's real.
Sitting there looking crazy.
So I'm there, and I'm like, that used to eat me alive. So one day I'm preaching at OU, true story. I was dating my wife. We dated for like 7 years, 5 years. I don't know, something like that, babe. You'll correct me, you hearing this. But it's something like that. We was dating for a while. And I'm in college. I just got done preaching at OU. I'm calling her on the way home, and I said, man, I would love, babe, if we had like an app or something that I could tell them, all right, stay connected through this. Like, okay, you just got saved. Now join this and stay locked in with us. Because at the end of the day, they're going back to their room, and they're either going to IG, whatever, that's now contrary to everything I just told them in the sanctuary.
Come on.
So I used to feel like, man, what's the play? So I call her and tell her that fast forward now, I'm graduated. And that same feeling won't leave me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to create something that's now bringing the gospel that I so love alive for young people.
Come on.
And for people that's just like giving their life to Christ, that's looking for entertainment. So I'm sitting in Howard, bro. I'm in class every single day. And I would be looking at my phone, looking at these different platforms and people creating stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here learning about somebody? Again, it's nothing wrong with school. But that died 1,000 years ago. This Augustine and Martin Luther, they dead.
We talking about right now.
like that. And not saying that you shouldn't learn that. Absolutely. Especially depending on the life skill that you choose. You know what I mean?
1,000 slaves on the slave ship. You talking about the people from a long time. I ain't trying to hear. I was in school. I wasn't trying to hear that.
I'm like, bro, I told my wife one day, I said, man, I got to get this out of me. What was in my mind was I wanted to create a platform that was for the gospel, that could tell the story of the gospel. I wanted to help people bring their story to life, man. Definitely Christians, but really anybody. And definitely at that time, it was like, let's do courses. Let's do things that's showing documentary behind the scenes.
That's dope.
So I stopped going to school. Now, that call back home was something different.
How was that?
I'm going to tell you something, man. It went crazy different than I thought it was going to be. I'm having like this. It ain't a midlife because I'm only like 22 at the time. But a quarter life crisis. A quarter life crisis. And I called my pops, man. And you know, now everybody got stuff they could have did better. But at this time, I'm just like, Why did you? The only reason why I'm blaming him for everything. It ain't had nothing to do with it. It's really me wanting to try to figure this thing out.
Right.
But oftentimes we take it out on our loved ones or our peers or whatever.
Yeah.
And he like, so
It's a safe place.
I'm standing there crying on the phone. I just feel like if it was up to, he said, okay, let me ask you a question. If it was up to you, if it was no pressure on your life, what would you be doing right now? I said, dang, that's a crazy question, right? Like if it's no pressure, if it had nothing to do with money, nothing to do with school, just what would you be doing? I said, what I would be doing, man, is going around the country, talking to these pastors, talking to all of these gospel singers, and showing people what their life really look like.
Come on.
I would be creating stories to show people that even though you see the Darius Daniels and Pastor Mike Jr.'s and Kirk Franklin's, they got something that's like, here's their real life.
Yeah.
Here's what it really looks like.
Yeah.
Getting stories of Christians and their stories and what it really looks like in different documentaries. He said, then go do that. He said, if that's what you would do, go do it. He said, there's no pressure on you to try to fulfill what I did. And you don't have to do what I did. You don't have to do what mom did. You don't have to do what nobody's saying. Go run your race.
Yeah.
Because your race is for you.
That's hard.
That's
So I
Let's go.
stopped that moment, dropped out. I am a Howard dropout, proudly.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
And,
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
My wife and I, man, we went on a world tour. We had to pitch the idea to all of these pastors.
Yeah.
Like, can we tell your story? Will you do this series for us? Will you do this course for us? And man, how many years? 2 years later, we still running that race, man.
Let's go.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, that's
a-
how
that's
VAR
amazing.
started our company.
That's amazing, bro.
incredible.
That's incredible, bro.
Yeah, it's a
that
crazy
is
story.
incredible. And I love how you talk about how your dad said run your race.
Man.
Because I know like you felt that pressure of the legacy.
Yeah.
Like you gotta continue to this is the Vernon legacy.
Yeah.
I gotta
Exactly,
do
yeah.
exactly what he did. I gotta do exactly.
Vernon.
I gotta preach.
But
I
you
got,
know what?
all
It's
right.
even bigger than me. And y'all could attest to this. A lot of people feel like they stuck in this box.
Come
Yeah.
on. Man.
Where in reality, it's like, it's no rules to this game, man.
Hell.
Like the way that y'all shooting
Talk
y'all
about it all the
shot,
time.
it's a lot of people feel like, okay, after I finish high school, I gotta figure it out right away. Where in reality, I believe like our 20s is the years we should be risking it to me.
Yeah.
Those are
fact.
the years you
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
chasing your
Come
dreams.
on. Take a
It's
risk.
always sold as like, figure it out in your 20s.
Exactly.
So that by 30s, you're settled in and all of that. But my thing is, man, at 22, it's okay for you to still live with your mom and be trying to
Man,
build
look,
your
man,
company.
People
For
crazy.
real. You know
Come
what I
on,
mean?
come
And-
on.
and
That,
that's
that,
what-
that,
yeah.
come on,
No,
talk.
that's real.
That's good though.
That's real.
I lived with I lived with my mom for a little bit before I got up until I got married.
Why not? Like it
Makes
ain't
sense.
nothing against it. Like it's
At
nothing.
all.
But we want to, again, this is the thing y'all know. Looking at IG, looking at whatever,
Come on,
we
man.
want the life that we're seeing.
IG.
Not understanding, man, that there was so much work that was put into it and so many
on.
low days.
Bro.
Where now we just trying to get to that Mercedes, that Benz, not
As
understanding
fast
that, like,
as humanly possible.
bro.
They want to
Which are the
microwave
points
it.
is-
Which is crazy because
Yeah.
like if we think about it, like if we look at different cultures, right? And I'm speaking America versus like the world. The
Yeah.
world, the rest of the world, they don't
Say it,
I'm
bro.
I'm 18, I gotta go. No, they 18, 20,
Yeah.
20. You know, like they live on and they like, oh yeah, I live with my mom when I'm 30. Now my mom lives with me. I got a house, my mom coming with me. Right?
100%.
Like
That's
culturally,
really like how
this
it is,
what we
though.
do here in this country is out of the norm.
Get out.
Like what type of thought would it be to have an 18-year-old to raise a kid from 0 to 18? Once
Yeah.
you turn 18, now you got to get out the house.
That's
Right.
Even though I didn't teach you any financial stability,
Yeah.
even though I didn't give you the resources to help you go to college, even though you're emotionally unstable,
It's crazy.
you have to go because technically you're grown on paper.
Don't
Man,
have
stop
to-
playing with me.
That's
Like, I got 2 boys, man. Y'all better stay here.
Yeah.
If y'all ain't ready, I can't let y'all go.
You gotta get them ready.
Like,
Which is why I think
exactly.
it's tough to say, choose at 18 what you want to
Wanna
do,
do
for
with
the
your
rest
life?
of your life.
you
bro.
ain't there yet. You ain't
If I
there.
married the girl
field.
I was with at 18,
Like, come on, bro. We'll all
if
be.
I married the girl I was with at 18,
Man.
my kids be mixed.
You said it was snowing? Was
Hey,
it
this
snowing?
nigga
Or was it,
crazy.
you know, some people,
It
if it
was-
ain't
it
snowing,
was-
I
it
ain't
was
going.
a-
I don't know. I
This
stay out
nigga
of that.
crazy.
It was
Hey, this
reckless. It was
nigga
reckless
is
behavior.
crazy.
But no,
You
that's
wild,
a fact,
man.
bro. It's a fact, man. It's an absolute fact. And it's
Oh,
like,
my.
I got to choose the path at
Yeah.
18
At 18.
that I'm telling you I want to do for the rest of my
But
life.
I think that come with the privilege that we do have.
Yeah.
The privilege
Yeah,
like
that's
of the
real,
country in general. We get the ability bro, we so rich. Like,
But I love what you said even with this. The idea, I wouldn't even say with our people, right? Black and brown people.
yeah.
Oftentimes we are the only people too that has this mindset that at 18, 19, whatever, I have to then figure it all out by myself. And I can't stand on the shoulders of nobody.
Bro.
I can't go serve somebody, go to an internship and kind of, I got to have it. Everybody want to be a boss now in this culture.
Bro.
Which I'm not saying I don't
God.
respect.
Exactly.
But what about the idea, man, of sometimes serving under individuals that have done it before you or standing on the shoulders of individuals that's already great and then figuring it out from
They
there.
don't want to work.
Yeah, nobody want to.
They don't. Nobody want to be a
I
student.
wanna work for somebody.
Nobody want to be a student though.
Nobody-
at
that's
all.
what it
They
is,
don't
man.
want to be a
Nobody wanna
student.
be a student.
Like
Yeah.
how you gonna be a teacher and you ain't learn nothing?
Man,
How do you lead somebody and you ain't never really been led?
You ain't
Man.
follow.
You ain't follow nobody.
This nigga said I'm gonna skip the line.
No, I'm gonna go
And-
to the front because
Man.
I believe in myself. Bro,
on.
you're wrong.
yeah.
Like, you be lying to yourself
Yeah.
all the time. It was this, bro. It was this kid today. Like, I teach middle school, right? It's
Yeah.
this kid today. I said, hey, put the computer up. I turned my back, and then I turned back. He sit on the ground with the computer. I'm like, what I
Yeah.
just say? Give me a warning card.
He about
And
to whoop
then,
on you. That's what he
I
about to
said,
do.
go put it up. And then he came to me, don't sign my warning card. I was like, who told you to take that computer out or like keep the computer?
Yeah.
He was like, nobody, me. I was like, yeah, you be lying to yourself. You're wrong.
Hey,
Like,
look, I
Yeah.
keep,
Stop listening.
I keep
stop
telling
listening
him,
to that guy.
stop talking to them kids like that. They gonna go get their daddies, man.
I'm
met-
gonna come up
Hey,
one day.
they gonna-
What you say to my,
What I say to my
nephew?
son?
I
Sorry.
told him that he wrong, and the way you looking, you wrong. You don't want this. I'm telling you, I'm stressed.
Said wrong
Hey.
is wrong.
I'm telling
I
you,
ain't
I'm
trying to
straight.
hear it,
Nah,
bro.
I'm telling them kids they gonna get their
They gonna
parents
get
to whoop
they gonna
you.
get they parents.
They gonna catch this nigga in the parking lot. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
Draymond Green, y'all saw that Draymond Green?
Oh my
Gonna
god.
sneak you,
Let me
man, from
just-
behind.
He gonna Tyrese you real quick. He gonna Tyrese you real quick.
Mwah.
But yeah, man, like y'all totally right with it, bro. And again, you think about Jewish culture, white
Jeez.
culture, which is amazing.
Yeah.
They understand the idea of we're gonna build this legacy. You're gonna come back to where what we built.
Yeah.
You go work your way through that
Yeah.
company, and then after you work your way through that company, as you're doing that, you're gonna stay with us. Right, you go build your money, build your credit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put you on my card, so by the time you hit 18, your credit is already A1.
Exactly.
Because you
Come
was
on.
on my credit card, you was on all of these
'Cause
things.
look.
So now at 30, whatever, you done work your way through the company. You're solidified. You're good. Now it's time for you to kind of hit that position.
Exactly.
Where a lot of times as black folks, we just don't have the opportunities to get set up like that.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't have the resources,
I'ma
man.
say this,
But I
though.
think it's time
Black-
to change that.
Yeah,
Back in the day,
it
them
is.
parents was putting their kids' social security number in the light bill. No, no,
Doing the opposite
Hey,
with it.
so
You
they
got
get
good credit, don't you?
they,
Let me
they get
just-
18, they got a 420. They like, what's going
No,
on?
for real, bro.
I never
for
had
real.
them. I never had
Well,
them
you
like
had
that.
6 cars that got repossessed.
So,
Sorry.
Damn,
So-
I'm 16.
so-
How
Sorry,
did you
Junior.
just-
you got a
Yeah,
repossession, you
just
got an eviction
all of
notice,
it, bro.
all that for real.
That's
but
wild.
man, you about to become a father, bro.
I am.
Yeah.
How
I'm
is
becoming
how,
pops
you,
out here,
you
bro.
preparing
Speaking
and
of
everything like?
generations.
How is that?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I'm excited about it, bro. But
Okay.
it's like, the thing is, I'm super excited. Everybody keeps telling me, like, how you feel to, like, blah, blah. I feel like I'm not going to know until he comes. All I can say, bro, is just, like, just seeing my wife
Yeah.
go through the process of
Yeah.
carrying my seed and how her body has to change and all of these different kind of things she has to do just to go to sleep. And it makes you admire her on another level.
Yeah.
That's me.
And seeing that, man, all I can say is I could not understand, even during this process, with somebody that did not choose to be in this world, how I will ever have a millisecond of their life that I'm not in it. Like, it just don't process to me, man, that this young man that's getting ready to come out of my wife did not choose to be in this world.
Exactly.
Did not choose to say, I want to be here.
Yeah.
And that I would even think about him ever living a life where he don't know his dad got his back.
Come
Bruh.
on.
You know what I mean? And I think so many times we talk about generational curses where we should focus more on generational blessings.
Yeah.
And that's what our
boy
family, what
talking
I'm
heavy on
believing
here.
now, that we can turn that tide.
That's great.
Generational curses. Don't get me wrong. What's in your granddad is real and is probably trying to chase after you,
Come
which
on.
could be
Yeah.
something negative. But at the same time, what's in your pops, if we do this thing the right way, man, could then fall over to you. Like I believe many times I'm still living off of the favor of just my mama and dad's prayers.
Amen.
Like I
Amen.
believe that.
Amen.
Like I don't even know
Legit.
if I tapped into my prayers yet.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Come on,
So it's like
yeah.
I'm praying right now for my son, things that he don't even know that's already covered just because when he was in the womb, I was praying over him,
Come
man.
on,
Bro,
man. That's
for
amazing.
So that's the biggest thing I'm looking
That's
forward to.
amazing,
real.
bro.
That's-
Oh my God.
Yo, I heard this. Me and my wife was listening to this podcast, and it talked about like generational curses, right? And it talked about this man who, like his whole family, like, what was it? I think it was like, cheating, right? Like his whole family dealt with that, and divorce. His whole family dealt with that, and he like was going through it with his wife, right? And he had a thought on like stepping outside of his marriage, and then he like stopped and he started praying, and he was like praying. He was first of all rebuking the past sins of his fathers and like the families before, and he was like, this will stop with me, right?
Yeah.
And he said it's gonna stop with me and my kids won't deal with this. And when I tell you, they said that this man whole like family at that, like him and his wife, but also his siblings, like stuff started, like they didn't have the notion of like cheating or divorce like in them no more. It was crazy. It's like real, you could, man. Like we can be like the change.
Really be the like my
Like the
whole
legit
family
change.
was lit.
Yeah.
Divorce. I'm like, look, now marriages work like a mug.
No
boy.
doubt.
Marriages work like a mug.
Definitely.
You know, marriage work like a mug, but it's like, there ain't no option.
Yeah.
It can't be on the table. It can't be on the table.
100%.
Can't be.
Because the same time that we can be spending towards, and this is anything in life, about why I'm not a certain thing. It's the same energy and time you could be spending towards to why I'm going to be a certain thing.
Come on, you gotta.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can look at why, you know, and that's real. Don't get me wrong. What you come from, different things like that. Things maybe you were born with, it's so real, or it's like, man, I don't have this, or I wasn't born, or pops didn't do this, mom. But why can't you be? I believe greats do the opposite, which is maybe they didn't have it, but I will have this.
Come on.
This will be different.
Come on.
Or I will carry this. You know what I mean? I think that's what we have to do, man, and with our people. So no doubt.
That's fact.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
So, you know, now you transform over to the YF.
Yeah, man. So
Young followers.
no doubt. Yes, sir.
So how is that going into, coming home from college and getting married and everything, and coming home, starting a business, and going into that YF situation? How is that? Because I know Shanae and Jason was going heavy on it. And the YF is still popping. Every time I open the gram, it's popping all day, every day. I don't think it died at all.
Sure,
it never
no
died.
I don't think of that.
But like, how is that going into that space now that you're older and everything like that?
Man, it's been beautiful, bro. So it was unexpected, you know. Oftentimes I was talking about this on Sunday. You know, we say these things like in prayer, Lord, send me where you want to send me.
Right.
Yeah.
Use me how you want to use me, or do whatever you feel in my life. But then you end up opening your eyes, and God has sent you to a certain place, and it's like, Lord, what you doing? Like you ain't remember my prayer? And it's like, I did. You just did not expect it to look like this. Like this is exactly what you prayed for when you said use me. You ain't know I was just gonna say I want to use you right now. At your own, in your own city. Yeah. Send me anywhere. You ain't know I was gonna say no. I'm gonna send you in your nephew life to just be a beacon of life for him. So with that being said, man, I'm saying all of these prayers, and I'm like, Lord, continue to use me. And I'm good. I got a rhythm, man. We killing it with VAR, doing the best we can. We got the studio, clients is coming, all of this great stuff. Even helping lead our media at the church, transforming that, kind of modernizing all of that different kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, man, we're watching these young adults that's kind of like coming to our church. Yeah. And my sister and brother at the time, they had to do some other stuff, so they're not over it. So it's kind of vacant. And I told my wife, I leaned over to her one day, was watching this video. I said, man, I think the Lord is saying we got to lead this. The same night, my pops called me, and he says, I know y'all got a lot. Y'all don't need this right now. I just want you to pray on. The Spirit is kind of telling me, man, like, you could take this thing to another level. And when I tell you, bro, it was nothing in me
Yeah.
that wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Like where I was just earning. I didn't need to do it. I was cool being behind the cameras,
Exactly.
rolling.
Yeah,
I had been not
yeah.
in front of the mic for a long time, a couple years. I'm like, I'm gonna take my little time with this, because once I get back in front of it, I knew it ain't no stopping, bro.
Exactly.
Like, just once that happens. So I'm like, and all of a sudden, bro, we went to a meeting one night, all of these young people, and my wife and I was just like, we got to take this thing. Credit to my wife. This is why it's so important to have somebody that got your back. If I didn't have her, I couldn't do it, because of how dope she is. My wife is so cold. She's a creative genius. She the reason why I even got on a decent kind of pair of pants and shoes, and she designed our whole studio, where she's able to kind of run the business, man.
That's hard.
So all
that's
of these
amazing.
contractors that's on our team and these people that work with us, she holds that down, that allowed me to be like, babe, let's build a generation that's on fire.
Dope. That's fire.
And when I tell you, man, that has brought something out of us that our own wants and desires could never do. Which is so crazy in life with it, right? Because it's like, we think, if I can just get this, which is why we see people get that major bag, get that major job, and still unsatisfied.
Exactly.
Still low, still dealing with depression. Billionaires committed suicide because if you're not doing what the Lord has intended you to do, right?
Oof.
Not flesh, not your own desire, but by the Spirit, I will be led, then you'll never be satisfied.
He talking.
That's
So
crazy.
when I got there, I got more satisfaction out of that than my own company could give me.
Wow.
Which I never would have thought. You know what I mean? So
That's wild.
it's just
Oh,
crazy how the
heavy.
Lord, man, will guide your path, man, if you let him.
That's
Man,
crazy.
that's
He
facts.
said, the man said them these like, and you totally correct. Like, people don't have no hope.
Man, none, bro.
Ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And they go to work, or they do their companies and they go home.
And low. You know what I mean?
Making 100,000, 200,000, 300,000,
$1 million.
$1 million.
Definitely.
Go
Like,
home
For
and
real.
Like, this is not it. This is not what I mean, Jim Carrey said it the
Lost.
best. He said, I hope that everybody who wants to be famous gets what they want, so they can see that this is not really what they want.
come on, man.
How else can you explain? I'm making some of the athletes, some of the rappers, I'm making $500,000. This girl is cold as you. I mean, what we see on, she got that everything.
She got it.
Yeah.
From top to bottom,
Yep.
and I'm still cheating on her.
Come on.
And I'm still saying all of this stuff on Twitter because you ain't got no satisfaction.
I'm still
Lost.
on drugs.
I'm still leaning on alcohol after I finish singing to 1,000 people, singing to 10,000 people.
Exactly.
Because, man, if there is no if you're not serving in where God sees you, right, and your purpose that's designed by Him, then you'll never be satisfied just by human desired things and human created things, man.
Good.
It's just a fact.
That's
bro.
good.
Yeah.
Like, if you ain't in your purpose,
Man.
boy, where you going?
If you ain't no,
You
for
ain't in
real,
your
if you're not
purpose,
in
where
your
you
purpose,
going, though? That's
if you're not in your
real.
purpose, if you can't see,
You will really never be
well,
satisfied.
I ain't even gonna say see, because
Yeah.
sometimes we don't see. But if you can't understand that the Lord has given you a period somewhere,
Right.
like
Yeah.
this is the final spot which we see the glory of Jesus Christ, right? Like, we get heaven, right?
Yeah.
So if we are not in like the movement towards that, if
Yeah.
we are like, nah, this is my heaven. No, right here, I'm gonna make my own heaven,
Man.
which
He's-
this generation is like all for.
Yeah.
This is
Nigga, I
my
want
heaven.
it right now.
That's why I can be. That's why
Yeah.
I can claim I
Man.
am something, because I just feel like it.
Yeah.
Like, like if people walk in the purpose of
Man.
themselves,
Come on.
what's
There it is.
tangible, I
Come
can
on.
change myself. I could dress like this and become something else.
Come on.
Rather than the intangible that literally created the freaking universe.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
That is God, like the spirit, the stuff we can't touch. Like,
Yeah.
if that's not the end goal,
Come on.
like, you just grasping at straws. You get 60 years old, like,
Man.
I made the millions. I've won the awards. I got the kids, like,
Yeah.
all of it. But I still can't feel
And
satisfied.
that's it. And it's that
It's scary.
It's that divine purpose. Because watch this. My human purpose was satisfied. So what do I mean by that is I was cool.
Yeah.
Like, that was my purpose, to do VAR and to shoot and all of that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But what I did not realize is at that point, I was still dormant. So can you imagine how many people, because they don't have Christ in their heart, or because you're not connected to the Most High, right? That are doing major things but still dormant. Because it wasn't until I allowed myself to get back connected to my divinely purpose that then my spirit and this satisfaction was then filled up. So my human purpose was cool. I just didn't know I had a whole nother divinely purpose.
That's good.
Which is crazy,
boy,
right?
talking. That's crazy.
Man, bro.
My human purpose, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good on this shallow level.
I'm cool.
But on the deep, my God.
When we talk about the depths, I need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
We talk about what David say?
it.
I need the, what he say? I need the depths of, what is it? The depths of your love?
Something like that.
It was
something.
something.
You close. That ain't it. I know that.
But it was something along the lines of he like requesting the depths of God's grace because of the depths of his own depression. Like the valley's deep, bro.
It's deep, bro.
Like the valley, like people be like, oh yeah, you walking in the valley. Like, nah, it's dark down here.
No, for real.
It's dark down here.
I can't see down here, nigga.
And the
I can't see. I'm
this
toe up.
Part.
I'm trying to.
And this the crazy part. He says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
Come on.
Like I'm still in it. But with you, I'm good. That's how crazy.
Come on.
Yeah. That's how crazy. Bro. Like that's how we gotta live in this world for real.
Oh my God.
That's how we gotta walk in this world. Like being a millennial PK, just being a millennial. Like in today's where everything can be anything they want. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, come on, I'm straight.
I'm good.
I'd rather be with you than not with you. Like you about to tear this world
up.
Because
without you, it's lonely.
Like keep it a bug. You about to tear this world up. Man. It's about to be over.
So, who idea was it to surprise the parents?
With the baby?
What's
baby.
going on? Wait. We seen it. I seen the video.
Your dad was going
crazy, man. That was
picked her up.
He was crazy. He was lit, man. He more excited than me.
Jesus! We've done it.
No, we're gonna go into something else too, though. But talk about that.
The video, bro.
Talk about the video,
bro.
Man.
Like we sitting there, we just found out that it's legit. I'm gonna tell you the craziest story. My wife was pregnant. Like we so slow with it, bro. And no offense to nobody, I'm sorry, but it's on like I think Mother's Day, right? She like, all right, I ain't had my joint in a minute. You know, I'm like, babe, it's just something going on. You ain't pregnant or nothing like that. It definitely wasn't planned. Exactly. So we get a test. She pees on it, do what she do, bro. Now y'all both have kids.
Come on.
The lines, right?
Yeah.
Now the lines to us was a little tricky, bro. It had the one line.
Solid.
But we thought that bad boy. See, so it was early, so ours wasn't solid.
Was it fading?
It was fade. So we like, oh, we good.
We good.
Toss that joint.
Doobity-doop.
Hey, brother, let's keep living our life. Like she working out, she doing all type of stuff. A week later, we like, dang. You still ain't had that bad boy. So we look it up on Google. It's like, if it's faded, that just means it's early, but you are pregnant. Like, I guess you're pregnant, babe. This is legit.
Snap.
So we find out she pregnant, and I'm like, all right, how we going to tell our parents? And I just kind of had this idea of like, yo, let's put together this thing. Like, we making it for VAR. Like, we got a documentary coming out. And we're going to show them this video.
Yeah.
And you hold that, let them see this little preview. And I'm going to record them from the side, and boom, man. So it was inspired by our mishaps, but I kind of came up with the concept. So it was cool, though, man. Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That video was hilarious. I ain't going to hold you.
It's funny, man.
That video was hilarious.
Her mom lost it, man. She was so lit and so excited about it. You know, because my parents, they just became grandparents.
Yeah.
But they like 50 or something. So they was like, when we go get some grandbabies up in this bad boy.
That's a good age.
So
like,
I know grandparents younger these days.
I know.
Right.
30.
32. Like,
I
got me a great grand.
Where you at your baby?
Where your baby?
Where you at your baby?
Yeah, man.
For real.
But like, so the name the come on, talk to me. So how did you feel? How you and the missus feel when you know your pops was like, look, the third?
Oh man, that's been established, bro, since I was like 15.
You knew it.
Like I already knew that. Like, yeah, we gonna keep the legacy going. Like
that
was like embedded in me.
That's hard.
Like y'all ever see movies where like they're trained like your name is my name?
Like my bro,
like from the time I came out the womb, it was like
my bro Nobles. Shout out to Nobles. He like the fifth.
Yeah.
Or the 6th.
That's crazy.
He
So
like
it
the
was
5th or the
established.
6th.
Like it was no doubt. Like my
Or the 4th.
pops, they made me promise him a lot of things. That was one. You got, and I wanted to, bro. You got to keep this name going. I believe in that.
Gotta go.
Again, with our people, sometimes I want the Cleveland especially. If the world sees it, we would love it, man. But Cleveland, to see that the Vernon legacy meant something here and is meaning something.
And it does though.
You feel what I'm saying?
For sure,
So,
it does.
So that's important.
It does.
For us, bro.
Like the for sure.
Yeah, we want to make a difference, man. In Cleveland, Ohio, we've been doing that since I've been born.
Come on,
and
man.
I'm doing it now, and I believe my son is gonna do it. We want to make a difference in the land, bro. For real.
It's not just leaving. I mean, anybody can leave.
Yeah.
Anybody can leave, but when you stay here,
come on,
and make a difference and make a change and change people's
Absolutely,
lives,
man.
and be stamped here and be marked. Like we talk about this all the time. Who gonna be the first, or who gonna be the one that changed the narrative and stay here and make a difference and not run? Cause we from Cleveland. We got, and we was talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
We got the dog in us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
we
doubt.
know how to do what we need to do if we somewhere else. That's easy for us because we come from the mud in Cleveland. It's not easy grinding and working and coming up in Cleveland because you know it's dangerous. You know the situation. It's crabs in the bucket. People don't want to see you make it. But when you can stay here and block out that noise and stay focused and stay committed and stay disciplined, come on, man. You can change
it's nothing like Cleveland, bro. Let me tell you something about the city. They know when it's genuine, it's real, and you really care for them.
Talk heavy.
And don't nobody really support you like Cleveland
Talk
will
heavy.
If you really been in like the trenches with them.
Exactly.
If you really went to the rough places and the dark places as we were talking about,
bruh.
it was out here like, man, I remember you handing me that. I remember you coming back. I remember you.
Come on.
So I feel like, man, for our legacy, that's what it's all about. People can say a lot of stuff about us. Can't nobody say the Vernons ain't made a difference in Cleveland.
Come on.
Can't nobody say that.
Look,
That's fact.
Ain't nobody, because I was having a conversation like it was a while ago. You know, we spent, oh my God, we spent a lot of time.
A lot of times, bro.
I'm talking about
whole COVID.
I'm talking about 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
At the crib. At the crib. Not leaving till it's
Y'all not going.
I'm talking about he go to sleep and wake back up. I'm still upstairs editing. But like knowing like somebody say something like, nah, we there with them.
Yeah.
We in there.
Right.
Like ain't nothing. They true. They humility, they humble, they servants. Like we in there. Like you know, I'm like, can't nobody say nothing crazy about y'all at all. Like, cause I've been in there, bro.
Because if you don't know me, I understand you saying what you say. You see this, whatever, I get it. But it's the people that's actually connected to you that spend some time with you.
Exactly.
How do they see you? How do they kind of say that you are?
Time.
And that's what really matters, man. So that
and
makes a lot. I appreciate
that was dope. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like,
Can't
nobody talk crazy at all.
And what's crazy is like I keep it a buck. I have my, dispositions. But I do that with like anybody preaching the word of God. Are you lying or not? You know, I mean, we see the turmoil
I
with
he
it.
lying.
He lying.
Lying for real.
But not specifically that. But predispositions on anybody. That's like a pastor, a preacher, or whatnot, and then a PK kid, or a PK. Like every thoughts just come in and you hear people all over the word do this for Pastor Vernon like this. Oh, it sounds like you hearing all that, and me not knowing nothing. I'm like, who y'all talking about?
I'm like, boy, they feed.
And what's
people
crazy is like
stuff.
I'm like this whole moment is so like special for real because him like Abel and Drew like got to really know y'all just to be like, nah, they solid. And I'm like, thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like, cause I never met you, but I came to y'all church one time with my Pastor Noah at King's.
Yeah.
I came and met your dad.
Yeah.
And I heard all these things. I never had to sit down with your dad ever. Yeah. Heard all these things outside of the church. I came in, met your dad. I'm like, this is one of the greatest men I think I ever met.
For real.
Like, for real. Like, no, like.
Solid, bro. Like, he sees. And here's what matters. Like, at the end of the day, like this Amanda incident that just happened, man. Young girl was shot, killed, and to be completely honest with you, and this is why you have to just sleep well at night knowing who you are.
Come on.
And knowing what your family stand for, right? Because it, like, when you know this incident happens, it probably, we're not guaranteed, but I can probably tell you it would have got swept under the rug, man. Like, it just wasn't enough. Yeah, it wasn't enough notoriety, to the system. She's just another young lady that got killed. Her boyfriend kind of killed her, man. It was a lot to it. and no justice was gonna be met for her. Matter of fact, her boyfriend was out on the streets living, like in his life. He kills her one day. They take him to jail. The next day, he's living on the streets, like in the barbershop. Walking free. Nobody saying anything about it.
Crazy.
And us, man, as a family, we kind of decided that wasn't gonna happen, man. So we have a press conference. We call everybody together. Justice has to be met, man. When I say, first of all, we had her funeral at our church. All of these people finally got to see and hear her story on our YouTube. We streamed it live, man. Right now, over 200K people saw her be put to rest. The next week, we say we're holding a press conference. Invite Channel 3, Channel 5, Channel 8, the relationships and resources that we've built. Now we say, okay, we're using those to make a difference. You see what I'm saying? So you build these relationships, you become credible in all of these different fields, then what you gonna do with it?
Come on.
Right? Which is why I get upset with some people. It's like, okay, you made it, brother. You got it. Everybody know you. But are you now using those same resources and platforms to now say, look at what's happening in my city. Look at what's going on. Like, right? You know what I mean? So that happens, man. Long story short, justice has now been met for her. He's locked up. And it's no win-win scenario. But what we do know is that her name will now be known.
Come on.
It will not just be tossed under the rug.
Like
so those are the
others.
things that you do where you got to say, I get to sleep well at night because I know I put in the work.
Come on.
We did what you're good and faithful servant, Lord. That's all you could do.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all frontline all day.
Man.
All
Try to the best of our ability, bro.
Come on, frontline all day.
Yeah.
All day.
And my thing is, the Bible says, if you go boast about anything, boast about me. And to like that is us boasting about the Lord.
Come on.
Exactly. I ain't come here saying, man, like, you know, we preach all around the. No, I'm saying, man, we on the front lines representing justice in the kingdom.
Come on.
And saying, man, his glory, his name be glorified. So no doubt, man.
That's good. That's good.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah. And that's the type of stuff that like people won't gossip about, you know?
Yeah.
People won't say, oh, did you see the Vernons do this? Or did you see the Word Church? Nah, they gonna speak on what they perceive
They really
like is
gonna
wrong.
speak on what they heard.
Or they just trying to do it for money. Man, get up out of here.
Yeah.
Before I whoop your head, boy.
Get up out of
On
here.
my
Get to
mama,
know
before I
somebody.
whoop your head.
But that's a part of it, man. Like with what y'all doing, of course you gonna have individuals that look at y'all sideways like, man, these guys, they think they better than why they get to, you know, they starting this podcast and they making a difference because y'all the first to do it in a city like this.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like nobody's doing the quality of what y'all doing.
Come on.
Nobody's bringing on the people like y'all bringing on.
Yeah.
So whenever you the first of anything, of course it's gonna be people that hate on it.
Talk heavy.
Whenever you being revolutionary.
The man talking heavy.
With revolutionary, like any revolution, man, comes with opponents and individuals that's kind of looking at it and despising it.
Exactly.
Because they wish they were a part of the revolution.
Yeah.
So whenever you're doing something revolutionary, man, things come with that. Haters come with that.
Come on, bro.
But you never know on the news, and I'm gonna let y'all keep going, right? All you see on the news is this person got killed and this people, we call it the unknown number. Nobody can tell us, and we won't know until we get to heaven, how many people were not put in jail, was not on drugs, was not killed because of the difference the Vernon family and the Word Church made.
Jesus.
That doesn't get notoriety.
Jesus.
You don't get to see how many people was fed and may have not had anything that week, but came to our food pantry or got some tennis shoes during Christmas that maybe would have been walking and been embarrassed the next week and turned their. You can't see that.
Yo,
boy.
So
And I can say I seen it with my own eyes.
yeah.
man.
Man, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen it with my own eyes. It's amazing, like what y'all do,
Man, it's
what
all God,
what y'all
bro.
do for the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the crazy part is God let us get to do this,
Absolutely.
and we be able to take advantage of the opportunity He given us to change lives, man. That's amazing, bro.
Man, I love it. And this is the thing. This is how you know it's possible. Like, I'm looking at y'all. You got to realize this ain't like multi-generational thing. My dad from Longwood in the middle of the project, bro,
exactly.
that made a decision.
Yeah.
That made a decision when I was growing up. He said, no, you ain't going to experience all the things that I had to experience. Why would I want you to do that?
Yeah.
Why would I carry on things that I did not enjoy? No, I'm going to make a difference. Where now you going to say your experiences and what you want your son to go see is the things that was glorifying Jesus, that you embrace, that you enjoy. So it can happen to anybody. Anybody can make a difference, man.
Yeah.
With that decision, bro.
That's facts.
That's amazing.
In, so
That's
no doubt.
amazing. Before we wrap up, where can they find you, bro?
Man, find me on the Grizzam. on TikTok, Ray Vernon II, man. You can find me. That's where you can find me. Yeah, definitely.
That's
YouTube,
dope, man.
the Vernons. Trying to think. I got to get it all in there. Let me think for
Put that bar in there.
Yeah, VAR, man. We are VAR on IG. VAR Studios, man. But yeah, all those platforms.
Pop up all of those.
Bro, we appreciate you coming on. We do this
Appreciate you,
every show, every episode, man. To whoever that's watching, what would you say to inspire them on this day today? What would you inspire them how to keep going, to follow their dreams, to take that risk, and to really stay committed to the Lord and through all of this mess that we see on social media, in real life, in the world. I'm talking about even off social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would you say to that person?
Man, I talked about this a little bit. It's been on my heart heavy this past week, bro. And I would really say, everybody that's watching, I think it's important that you do a faith check. What I mean by that is, man, what have you lost faith in that the Lord has put on your heart? You started it, but you lost faith because it didn't quite go exactly how you planned it at first. Just because you hit that adversity, just because it might not look like you thought it was going to look like, it does not mean God still ain't using you. Does not mean that he's not treating you and heading you towards where he wants you to be. So oftentimes, again, we have to sit back and ask ourselves, okay, I need to analyze the business. I need to analyze how my year went, but let me analyze how my faith was this year. Let me analyze where did I lose faith in that allowed me then to fall short in some of the areas I thought I was going to hit. It may not have been the business plan. It may have been your faith. It may not have been your partners. It may have been your faith. So oftentimes, we lose faith and start analyzing so much that we forget we serve a God that said, if you just have faith in me, I'll move the mountains, whatever mountains you dealing with right now, because we all got mountains. Whatever valleys you going through right now, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed that he can do it, then those same mountains that's standing in front of you will be torn down in the name of Jesus. So sit back and just have a faith check moment and get your faith back, man. Get your faith back in whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to build, whatever you're trying to get done. Get your faith back.
Ooh, that just spoke to me.
Yo, I was just about to say.
That just spoke to me, bro. That just spoke to me.
That preached to my whole life.
Oh, my gosh.
It's real, man.
We can sit here all day.
Hey, no kizzy.
I mean, we can sit here all day.
Really talk. Because that
just rocked me. That just rocked me, bro.
It rocked me, bro. Like, that's my own story right now. So that's why I'm preaching from a place where sometimes you just lose that faith. Like, am I still am I still supposed to whatever? Is it still? Yeah. You got to remember,
it's
man.
It's still about to work.
It's still go. You got to keep that faith, bro.
It's a fight, man.
Don't nothing come overnight. It's a real fight.
It's a real
fight.
Faith in yourself,
bro, even like coming in, we always talk about it. Even coming in here, or like when I get up in the morning, do you want to do this?
We gonna keep going after today.
Is we really? Is this for real? Like,
that's real, bro.
But it's but it's oh my gosh, bro. Is really continuing to stay strong, but at the same time, you know you in purpose. You know it's God is on it. Yeah. Because like it's just like, yo, why do I keep saying, I don't know if I'm gonna do this? Why I don't maybe we just do this and we good. I'm gonna go back to this. But stop running from it and actually face it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And actually face it, man. So
you can't forget what he showed you.
Oh my!
Like, you know what I mean?
Good talking.
It's like in the midst of that valley, you could forget what he showed you, bro. It's like, did he show it to you or not?
So good.
You know what I mean? Like, did he show it to you or not? Because if he showed it to you, he is a God that he said, I will not lie.
Come on.
He's not a liar.
He is not a liar.
Come on.
Keep it a
so
bug.
if I told you what I said I was going to do with you, just because you at where you at right now, you think,
oh my God.
You think it's over with?
Come on.
Stop listening to yourself.
Come on. You got to stop
listening to yourself.
He always
lying.
He always say that.
That's lying to you. Stop listening to yourself. You lying to yourself right now.
Oh my God.
And you believable.
Man.
Because you familiar.
Because you familiar. Oh my gosh.
Like, you talk yourself out of a whole blessing.
Oh, look.
You would think yourself out of a whole.
Bro, for real.
And it's like, dang.
You really talk yourself. Yeah.
You blew it.
Yeah.
You blew it. We just stay here all.
Man, I know we got to go, man.
Yo.
Can I say this real quick?
Yes.
I want to say, man, that we appreciate y'all as creatives. Right? Like, and I tell Abel this all the time, but like all of y'all, bro, like y'all, I don't know if y'all understand, like y'all probably won't know until we hit like 50, 40 maybe, and people start, y'all are showing the city, especially Cleveland, right? And y'all traveling the world, but you can be dope, creative, love God, and do this thing the right way of quality.
Come on, bro.
And I just think, man, the way that y'all create, man, like y'all inspire creators across the city. Whether y'all know it or not, y'all are being talked about in rooms constantly. Like what y'all do is inspiring, man. Like my church in general, we're buying these cameras right now. And I said, we're looking at Black Magic. I was like, yeah, those are the ones Abel and Drew use. Like that, like y'all are those guys. You feel what I'm saying?
For real.
Like it's like y'all are the guys that set the path to show young creators you can do this thing.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely.
So thank y'all for this platform. It's needed. We need a space where it's safe, where we can have real convo from young brothers, bro. Like y'all young brothers out
bro,
here. Like,
for real. Like
y'all could be doing anything, so thank y'all.
Man, we appreciate you. We appreciate what you just said, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
Like for real.
That's
like,
genuine,
like
for real,
literally, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
No doubt.
like
That's
I
so
nice. That's so nice.
Appreciate y'all, man.
bro,
My
and I
dude,
say
man.
this,
Lil
I
Reed.
appreciate your family, bro.
Man,
Like
no
even
doubt,
on a whole different
Shout out
level.
to
but
Vernus.
I appreciate
Shout
your
out to the
family,
Vernus,
though.
for real.
No doubt, man.
For
We
real,
appreciate
though.
y'all,
Like,
man.
nah, like-
we've been rolling,
like-
man, for a minute.
Even
My
like,
dude.
and I know I probably never even said this to your pops, but like, he probably see though. I tell him I appreciate the opportunity that y'all gave me to be able to bring forth just the video aspect for y'all
man.
to be able to spread the gospel and stuff like that. Because y'all could have picked anybody y'all wanted to, man.
For real.
But
Man.
y'all called me, and I
God
appreciate that
collabed us, man, during that
completely.
pandemic.
Come
and
on, man.
It touched millions of people, so for sure, bro.
Yeah,
Got
bro.
the plug for sure.
Appreciate
Yeah,
y'all.
man.
So look, as we wrap up this podcast, it's here to inspire. We wrapping up. I don't know how we gonna do this. Wrap it up. Take us home, Sim. Take us home because look, we got caught up in the conversation. It's good conversation and it's genuine, man. And we ain't rehearsing this thing. We ain't doing none of this. This is real.
This is the reality that we live in.
Come
like
on, this
we
is
just
the reality that we live in.
Yeah.
We really allowing God to work.
Come on, man.
Let's
So
allow
look,
God to work. So, hey, it's been an amazing time. Shout out to R.A.
the guy.
VJ. That sound crazy.
That sound very.
VJ.
That sound very.
That sound wild.
That one.
Dude, wild.
Hey, I said it. I'm like, nah.
Nah, dude.
Shout out to
wild.
Ray.
Yeah.
Big shout out. Big shout out to Ray.
Big shout out to Ray. We truly appreciate you coming out. Appreciate like just being who you are, like for the kingdom, being who you are for your family, from your dad, your family for your legacy. You know what I'm saying? So
And big shout out to your mom, man.
No doubt, man.
Listen, we can't forget
Yeah.
moms.
Mom's big.
Say she
Of course.
boy, she be
In
whipping
the
it up in the
building.
kitchen, crazy.
Oh,
I ain't never
Big-
met your mama, but
big
yes,
shout
out to
out,
your
big
mom.
shout out.
man.
So
Hey, I got to shout out my brother, too, who rolled with me today
Come on,
and
Ralph.
been filming. I
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
it. That's
Oh,
the most
fam.
creative one in our family.
Let's
Watch what
go.
I tell you.
Oh,
He going to
fam.
shake it up more than anybody. I
Let's
promise
go.
y'all that.
Hey,
My
look.
boy.
this has been another episode of Here to Inspire. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, and all of that, man. Thank y'all for watching, man. It's been another great episode, man. We see y'all in a minute.
Love y'all.
Peace.